50 Cent had a harsh reaction to Irv Gotti's passing, but he really owes his success to Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti's hatred pushed him, Eminem, and Dre together to form a super team, and 50 Cent got in the club and a lot of other hits. Now, 50 Cent did say, smoking on that Irv Gotti pack, but then he said, bless him, So, I don't know, it's his enemies gone. One of his enemies are gone. He's still got Ja Rule and, Supreme is locked up, but, in the beginning of 50's career, when he did get signed to Sony, Irv has different stories, and 50 has different stories, but Supreme backed Murder Inc. and Supreme and 50 knew each other from the neighborhood. So they think, it was something about 50 and clashing with Irv on something. They wanted to keep him lower than Ja Rule, chill out, let Ja Rule shine, something like that. But then Irv puts it as 50 wanted to be down so bad, and they said no, and he got into his feelings. I don't think that's the case. I think that 50 was always his own man. Eventually, he got signed to Sony, and he just didn't like Murder Inc. So he would diss them at every chance he got. He got murder. We don't believe you. Murder. We don't believe. He was just tormenting them. He would be dropping songs. How to Rob. He dissed them bad. After How to Rob, though, Supreme tried to take him out because he felt like it was messing with their money. And he got shot 9 times. After coming off of that, Irv Gotti and Murder Inc. were, super pop. And they were popping before that, but they were super powerful after that. And anybody that tried to give 50 Cent a deal after doing all these mixtapes in the street, they would call Gotti, like Clue would too, and they'd say, nah, we don't want to, don't sign him, because if you sign him, I won't mess with you no more. Irv Gotti was saying this. He was blocking him. You would hate anybody that stopped you from getting money. So this isn't a shocking response by 50. But in doing that, when he put out a tape with Land Speed, right? It was named something else then, Fast Life. They called it Fast Life because this tape they put out was called Back to the Future. Eminem, they had the same lawyers, Theo Sotomayor. Theo Sotomayor did the deal between Eminem and 50. Eminem wanted to meet 50, wanted to sign him. I guess, Irv, they didn't care about Irv Gotti, obviously. And they did the deal. Dre, Eminem, 50. And that was it. I mean, Murder Inc. was over after that. So Irv Gotti not only pushed 50 Cent into the best situation possible, where he got the best songs and had the best rollout and got a fan base right away from Eminem, or a bigger fan base, I should say. He also, it was the end of his career. They got obsessed with 50 Cent, and they would go back and forth. Now, there's there's this one incident where Ja Rule, 50, or all them clash in a studio. They ran up in the studio 50 Cent was in with knives and turned off the lights, and people got poked up. From that incident, there was this order of protection that Irv tried to put out. It ended up being fake, right? But it was really just the engineer there that had an order of protection against Irv and them, because he was a white dude, he wasn't anything part of this. But here's a video about that I did before, and it's kind of interesting now that Irv's not here anymore.
We got Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, 50 Cent. This is a long time beef, 20 plus years, okay? Before 50 Cent even was with Eminem and Dre, we all know. He was signed to Sony. Irv Gotti, Ja Rule didn't want him to get on. They had a beef with him. Ja Rule had the real beef with 50 Cent. Irv Gotti, being loyal behind Ja Rule, had his back. They were trying to blackball 50 Cent in the industry. And also something happened where, 50 Cent got shot 9 times, and 50 Cent is very verbal about saying they had something to do with it, and they were trying to finish me, so I finished them. When I got on with Eminem, I finished them off. When they went through the feds with their whole thing with the Supreme team, 50 Cent had the upper hand. But if you remember when he was signed to Sony, they had a problem at the Hit Factory where somebody got stabbed, and I guess an engineer had told something. But like Ja Rule, Irv Gotti went over to where 50 Cent was recording at the Hit Factory. Some people got stabbed. It was a big thing, and they claimed that 50 Cent had an order of protection taken out on Irv Gotti and Ja Rule. Now, the funny thing is like back then there was no social media to verify this. I mean, 50 Cent won the battle anyways because he had more fans, more attention behind him. But later, it was stated that there is no 234th precinct. So a lot of people are saying, hey, wait a minute. These guys typed up a fake order of protection to make it look like 50 Cent's a snitch, because that was around the era where being a snitch, you're out the game. It's over. And they tried to finish him off like that. They even went up to the radio and they tried to do an interview about it.
With you, man, is a order of protection. An order of protection for Irving Lorenzo to stay away from Curtis Jackson. That's 50, y'all. AKA 50, AKA 50, AKA informant, AKA I'm telling.
Wow.
You understand? So I just want everyone to get clear. That little incident we had at the Hit Factory, he tells you about it.
A little stabbing with the butter knife.
Yeah. It was a little altercation.
It was a little altercation.
It wasn't nothing crazy. But I thought it was nothing crazy.
Hang on. The light.
Now, this is kind of crazy because it's like, did they really go as far to type up a fake order of protection from the 2000 stabbing to do this? I mean, maybe their back was against the wall that so far that they had to do this, because 50 Cent was annihilating him on the mixtapes and everything. And then Irv was going through his whole thing with the feds, and you feel like your back's against the wall. They say, yo, we got to just do this.
Lights went out. A couple of locks in the sock,
I mean,
it wasn't nothing crazy.
I'm gonna pose the question. I'm gonna pose the question to you, Star. We didn't start
Hip-hop
talking.
did it. He's about 6'5", hangs on every corner, with Fat Farm and Sean
Nah,
John.
but Pete, what I'm gonna say is we didn't start talking crazy. We make hit records and we get our paper. You know what I'm saying? He starts talking crazy, so we was in the same studio. We went there, and again, it was nothing big. It was just a little scuffle.
So, I don't know, man. What do you guys think? I mean, that's kind of crazy. And you can see how this beef is still going to this day. Now they're having to beef over BET. 50 Cent always takes shots at Irv Gotti whenever possible. He's vowed to get tails off of BET.
So that's that. Smash that like button, and I'll check you guys in the next one.